Thanks, Elaine. The House narrowly passed a $3 trillion coronavirus relief bill Friday to deal with the economic fallout of the pandemic. The HEROES Act now heads to the Senate, where it is expected to fail. The proposal would provide additional stimulus checks of up to $1,200. It also includes hazard pay for frontline healthcare workers and nearly $1 trillion in aid to state and local governments. It comes as local leaders across the country are taking extreme measures to offset major budget gaps caused by the pandemic. New York State is facing cuts and layoffs due to a projected revenue shortfall. The state's capital, Albany, is expected to be short at least $17 million. To help offset the loss, Albany Mayor Kathy Sheehan announced she's reducing her salary to zero for the rest of the year. And Mayor Sheehan joins me now. Welcome, Mayor. Thank you for being with us. First off, tell us about your decision to cut your own salary.
Well, we are facing really unprecedented cuts to not only our employees, but to essential city services. And I felt that in making those decisions that I would take this pay cut. It is not going to be nearly enough. It is not going to come close to what we need to do if we are not able to get state and local government relief out of Washington.
And Mayor, what additional budget cuts are you facing if you are unable to secure that emergency federal aid?
Well, we were prepared to announce layoffs this week. We've decided to hold off, hoping that the Senate does come up with some sort of compromise. But we are looking at drastic cuts to city services. Cities are where we're providing public safety, police, firefighters, sanitation workers. And those are all areas where we are looking to cut. These are really drastic cuts that we would have to make. And again, it's to make up revenue. This isn't because of spending too much. This isn't because we didn't balance our budget. Our budget was balanced at the beginning of the year, but we've had unprecedented losses to revenue, and that's impacting our ability to deliver essential city services.
And along those lines, are you considering something such as a temporary tax increase?
Well, we really don't want to go there. We want to be here to help the economy restart when our businesses are ready to reopen. We want to be in a position to be able to be aiding those small businesses, and to have to be contemplating laying off the very people who have been on the front lines from the very beginning is heart-wrenching. And it is a very huge challenge. It's something that we're all taking very seriously. It's why I made the decision to cut my salary. And we're doing all that we can. We really hope that Washington acts. This is not a unique problem. This is happening to towns and cities and villages across the country. I talked to my fellow mayors, Democrats, Republicans, independents, and we are all facing really serious challenges. And it's going, I think, to impair our ability to get the economy restarted as we want to all move forward.
And what form will this federal aid that you need take? I mean, how will the federal aid to the local government help Albany's economy as a whole?
Well, the proposal that was passed by the House would allow us to use the funding to replace lost revenue. And that's what's critically important. We do need funding, and FEMA has stepped in to help to fund some of the PPE and extra expenses that we've had. But it's this loss of revenue. Sales tax revenue is down. Our departmental revenue is down. We're seeing cuts from the state in our state aid because of the challenges that the state has. And so as municipalities look at how they're going to balance their budgets, we've just seen a huge part of our budgets wiped out. And so we're looking for a way to directly replace that so that we can continue to provide essential city services, pay those frontline workers, and be part of the reopening of the economy.
And Mayor, as I'm sure you're aware, there is resistance in the Senate. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says the HEROES Act emergency funding bill has no chance of becoming law. What is his major opposition to the bill, and what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I understand that there has been a lot of aid put out there, and that there are concerns about where the virus is going. But what I would say is we need certainty now. We need for our cities to be able to continue to put cops on the street, to be able to continue to respond to EMT calls, to be able to continue to pick up garbage and provide those essential city services. We need to be part of the recovery. And so we need to have this funding now so that we can make those plans to be part of a recovering economy and doing all the things that we need to be doing, providing childcare, keeping our parks clean and safe, all of the things that are going to be needed as we move forward. And we need to ensure that we have this funding now. We cannot wait.
Well, Mayor Kathy Sheehan, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.